Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading. I just want to let you guys know, as you probably saw from the thumbnail, we're doing weekly readings through the month of December. And I'm going to check that out and see what I think about it, how it goes. So this reading is going to cover the December 1st through the 7th. And we'll do this for the month of December, see what you guys think, see what I think. I also want to let you guys know I will be back on camera for the second week of December readings. I actually just moved to a new state. So life is still a little bit chaotic. We have a setup going here where I can at least show you guys the cards. But for the next reading after these, I'll be back on camera. Actually, you guys can see me. We'll be able to talk and hang out a little bit more. But I wanted to get these readings done so I could get them out for you guys on time. Just a little bit of housekeeping here before we get started. I have several decks that are shuffled off to the side. I'm spending a little bit of time shuffling the decks here that I'm going to start with for you guys. This is a general reading. This is for Pisces. I think is what I started with. Yeah, Pisces. Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs. And again, general love reading. Energies can be reversed. Take what resonates with you. Leave the rest. If this doesn't resonate with you, hopefully I'll pick you up on one of the other weekly readings. Don't try to force anything. Yeah, and I think that's it in terms of the housekeeping portion of things. So, what I want to do, Pisces, I'm going to move this off to the side here. I want to start with my Oracle deck. I just want to go through, see what wants to come out for you guys. Just in terms of advice, general advice, any sort of guidance for Pisces for the first week of December. A couple come out there. Let's see what those are. We had 3. So I'm hoping you guys can see these in the video. I'll hold them up to the camera though, just in case. So first piece of advice for you Pisces going into this first week of December. I create mindful moments throughout the day, reminding myself that I am love and miracles are natural. This card has been coming out a ton in my personal readings that I've done for people. I think that this is just what is going on just with the collective in general, not necessarily sign specific, just humanity. It is really important this time of year, especially going, into the holiday season, to be sure that you are creating moments throughout the day, not just once a day, several times throughout the day, where you're actually just practicing mindfulness. And if you're not familiar with mindfulness, tons of videos on YouTube about mindfulness. You can check those out. I'm going to try not to bump this table. For some reason, it's very shaky. I think it got loosened during the move. That will also be resolved by the next group of readings, but I'm going to try my best not to bump it. But if I do and it's shaky, I apologize in advance. So again, practicing mindfulness is just really important. Holidays can be stressful. I do feel that energy a lot right now. So just being mindful, taking moments just to recenter yourself, regroup, stay on track with whatever it is you're trying to manifest, stay on track with just keeping your energy balanced. I think that's really important. And also remembering that miracles are natural. I do feel like a lot of the collective is actively blocking blessings coming in. And personal readings have really been showing this where, people are so fixated and so focused on what this one particular outcome that they think is best, that they think they want or that they need. And that's actually blocking them from receiving things that could be better for them. So, just keep in mind that miracles are very natural. And sometimes miracles don't necessarily look like how we expect them to or how we want them to. But that doesn't mean that they're not miracles. If the universe wants to arrange something that's for your good, that is best for you, always embrace that. That should be your mantra, okay? Again, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. Don't get stressed out this holiday season. I think that's really what's going on with people. I think the holidays are just really stressing people out. End of the year is stressing people out. Just realizing that another year is coming to an end. We're going to start this whole new brand spanking new beginning in 2020. And I think a lot of people are just getting in their head about it. A lot of people are getting very worked up and tense about it. And honestly, focus back on just having fun. Focus back on that lightness, because that's when the universe can really get in there and take that energy that you're giving, that really up, excited, fun energy, and it can actually start to work with you. Okay, but when you're down and your energy is low and you're sad and you're depressed or you're pissed off about things, the universe doesn't know really what to do for you. It doesn't know if you want it to send you more of those things to make you sad and angry, or if it needs to try to take things away to try to fix it for you. So when you're focused on having fun and you're focused on happiness and you're focused on really being grateful for the things that you have that bring joy into your life, the universe wants to give you more of those things. Which brings us to this. Energy flows where my intention goes. Pisces, I just want to say, keep your thoughts as focused as possible on the things that you want, not the things that you don't want. So let me give you an example here, and then we'll actually dive into, I'm going to use my Rider-Waite deck for the actual reading. Let's say that you really want someone to get back in contact with you. Let's say someone's gone no communication with you. You really want to hear from them. You really want this like silence to end. Okay, well, you don't focus on the fact that you're not hearing from that person, because what you're putting out energetically, your intention is that you're not going to hear from this person. And the fact that you're not hearing from this person is somehow limiting your life. The way that energy responds to that is it gives you more of that lack. It gives you more of that person not communicating. So you have to shift your focus away from that lack of communication. And it doesn't mean that you spend all of your effort and energy in a place of they're going to call tomorrow, they're going to call tomorrow, right? Because then it's like I was saying earlier, you're limiting what's possible. You're limiting, because you're saying if they don't reach out tomorrow, then that means they're not actually going to reach out. Okay, so what you can do, what I'm actually wanting to give you advice here, Pisces, is if you are in that situation where there's something that you're not happy about, there's something in your life currently that isn't exactly the way that you want it to be. Instead of trying to get very specific and put all these guidelines and limitations and things into how you want it to happen, how you want it to be, just say to the universe, if it's good for me, if it's for my good to hear from this person, let them reach out. If it's not for my good to hear from this person, I'm okay with it. Show me what's for my good. Show me what's best for me. Okay? So Pisces, let's take a look at this first week of December, see what's going on, see what wants to come out for you guys. And I do have several decks off to the side. I'll clarify as I feel I need to. All right. Take this one this way. Okay, let's just start with these three, then we'll see what else wants to come out. I think this is a good starting spot for you, though. First card out, we have the Strength card. It's come out upright. I'm actually really happy with this. This is the card of courage and strength, having the conviction to stick through with things. This is an awesome place to be sitting in terms of, leading energy here. I just want to take a peek and see what's on the bottom of the deck here. You have the Emperor reverse. I'm going to pop him out. So let's actually talk about this first, okay? This Emperor, when he's reversed, this is a very chaotic, angry type of energy. It can represent being in a situation where either you are being dominating, you're being dominated. It could represent a place where you're not practicing the discipline that you need to practice. It's interesting. The other thing that I'm getting from this card energetically is a rigidness, which I think is kind of where the Strength card is coming in. It's very interesting to me because you also have this Nine of Cups, which has come out reversed. This represents a place where you're dealing with some inner turmoil. You might have some really deep-seated fears, which are starting to come to the surface. But what's great about this card when it's reversed is there is a situation in which you are beginning to release worry. You're starting to let go of some things. What I feel here is that, Pisces, recently you've been in a situation where there has been a great deal of what feels like chaotic energy. It feels very much like a lot of chaos came in, and the way that you've decided to deal with this is to really dive into your emotions, face those things that you feel have been triggered by this event, triggered by whatever this is, whatever this chaotic energy is. And you're realizing you do have the strength, you do have the tenacity, you do have that conviction to actually begin to work through these things, okay? One of the things to keep an eye on here, the Seven of Swords coming out reversed, don't get into the place where you start to deceive yourself about situations. Be realistic, be honest with yourself about the reality of things, about how things truly are, about what's really going on, about what really happened. Also, don't allow yourself to get into a place where you feel like you aren't worthy of the blessings that might show up for you, or that you don't deserve things that are happening in your life. Don't get into the place where you're starting to self sabotage. This card can represent that notion of feeling like an imposter. Um, and I do sense that energetically for those of you who are listening to this video, that's the one place where you might get hung up, is feeling like you don't actually deserve the things that what I feel, honestly, based on the cards, the things that are showing up. I feel like it's an active thing. It could be that some of you have either been offered like a promotion, some of you might have met someone new and you feel like you know, this person is too good for you, or this person is way too stable for you, that they might find you to be a little bit too chaotic or too emotional. It's that inner dialogue that I'm sensing of feeling like you don't measure up, or that you aren't worthy, feeling like an imposter. But don't let that get in your way, because you have the strength card sitting here. And I do feel like there's lots of opportunity for you to work through things, to actually deal with a lot of really deep fear and get yourself centered and balanced, and really start to release some stuff that's going on. I want to take a look at the Seven of Swords reverse, though, just to see if we can get any additional information around that card in particular, okay? Why is the Seven of Swords reversed here? Also, guys, I just want to let you know these readings are going to be relatively short because they are focusing only on 7 days. So they're not going to be my huge mega 45-minute to an hour readings. There's only so much that you can deal with in 1 week. I'm trying to test this out and see what happens with it. We might go back to bi-weekly readings. But for the month of December, we're going to just play with this and see what's going on, okay? As I say this, you guys have every card falling out here. I know there's one flipped. Okay. So let's take a look at what's come out. I'm going to move these 3 cards up. Push this Emperor off to the side here. Let's see what else has come out here for you guys. Wow. Okay. Put this there. Okay, well, this is kind of an interesting grouping of cards here. And I have placed these here underneath for a reason. Hoping you can see them. I'm going to start here. Seven of Pentacles here coming out. This is really good. Again, I'm feeling really good energy for you, Pisces. This card, the Seven of Pentacles, is about something that's sustainable, something that has the potential to go for long term. And it also is another card that represents perseverance and investing in, something, whether that's investing in yourself, investing in another person, investing in your career. But it's something that the fruits of your labor will pay out. This is a really awesome card here, especially with these other cards that have come out. This one's a little bit interesting, but I think it's related to this, and I'll talk about that. But we're going to start here with the Moon card. When the Moon card comes out and it is upright, it's interesting because it can represent fear and anxiety, but it also can represent your intuition and your subconscious. And that's what I'm getting more so than anything, especially with it being placed here underneath strength. I think what you're realizing, Pisces, and where you're really finding your own strength in the situation is learning how to tune in, learning how to reconnect with your intuition, your own inner guidance. The Star card coming out next to this is another card that's about rebuilding and healing. It represents spirituality, a renewal of sorts, reconnecting again with your faith, having your hope restored about a situation. These are really amazing cards here, especially with strength, and this card here. Again, I mentioned this card was your one area where you could potentially get tripped up. I think what that's related to is this Five of Pentacles. This is that card about being, left out, being abandoned. This is that card that is heavy with worry. It's a card that represents a mindset that is not like as big as it could be. It's a lack type of thinking. And it's tied very much into this where I was saying feeling like you aren't worthy, feeling like you don't deserve this, doubting the blessings, doubting whether or not you can make something happen, not being certain that you can manifest something into your life. Again, just be mindful of this. I feel this very strongly, but there's all of this positive energy here that is much stronger than this. But it's up to you to put your focus and your efforts here and to not get sidelined by this. I feel like these cards are definitely just coming out as a warning to you, saying, you know, don't let yourself get too far down this path. Don't get stuck here because you have all of this positive stuff. Remember, where your energy flows that's based on what your intention is. Okay, so if your mindset's here, you're going to create more of this. If your mindset is here on being strong enough, being able to be in your intuition, being able to heal and rebuild things, knowing that the efforts you're putting in currently are going to pay out for you, that's what you're going to manifest. It's interesting that these cards here, right, having fun, focusing on your energy, creating those mindful moments, all of that's very important in order to make this energy that the universe is sending your way actually lead to something that has a lot of blessings for you. You do have the Hermit here, which is reversed. I'm not concerned about this, to be honest with you. And the reason for that is because, again, where I've lined this up, you know, you have strength in the moon. I think this Hermit card is actually saying this is the reason for you needing to reconnect to your own intuition, the reason for you needing to rely on your strength and reconnect to your own inner strength and find that conviction to deal with these things finally, is because I think you've been in this Hermit reversed mode for a moment, where you've really sort of pulled back, you've isolated yourself, you've withdrawn your energy almost to the point that it feels lonely. Like you've really sort of pulled yourself back and pulled yourself away, and you're tired of that. I feel like this is where you're coming out of this and you're getting back into the space where you're just tuning in and you're listening and you're wanting to know what you need to do to deal with this stuff. Okay? The Moon card, this is part of this Moon card. All of these fears, all this anxiety, all this pain is part of the Moon card. But for me, when the Moon card comes out, it's figuring out how to deal with those things through connecting to your intuition, through connecting with your guidance. And the moon can represent things that aren't yet known to us. It can represent things that are yet to unfold. And so that's why I'm saying I feel like you're leaving this energy behind and you're moving into this spot, which is where all this starts to flow through. Okay? These cards, I really just want to sort of just move them off to the side and say, like, these are warning cards to you. These are the things to watch out for. Okay? You do have this King of Pentacles, which has come out. I feel like this is really more energy than a person, to be honest with you. The King of Pentacles, in terms of energy, just represents a place of, you know, being focused, being disciplined, really working on manifesting your abundance, your own financial security. It represents a place of stability within your home, whether that means within a relationship or it means just your own home. You might be working right now to make your home feel a little bit more welcoming, making your home feel a little bit more like how you want it to feel. You could be really focusing in on your own career, your job. Again, like I said, I think for some of you, there has been like a promotion or there's been an opportunity to advance your career in some way, and you are in that situation of doubting whether or not this is something that you've earned or that you deserve. But with these cards that have come out, you absolutely deserve this and you need to embrace it and you need to rely on your strength and try to have fun while you're doing this. Even if it feels a bit bigger than what you expected or it feels a bit bigger than what you think you might be capable of, just stick with it. Stick with it and see it through, because there's lots of good stuff that's trying to come your way, but you can sabotage it if you get in your head too much about it. Okay? I think I want to switch decks. I'm going to use my Everyday Witch deck. I just want to take a look at the Star card, actually. That's where I'm being drawn. I'm getting a lot of healing energy around this. There's also a sense of hopefulness, and I want to see what that's about. Verify the Star card for Pisces, December 1st through the 7th, 2019. Verify the Star card. for Pisces. Page of Cups coming out here. It's upright. Again, this is another one where this can represent an opportunity that's related to creating something new or just a creative endeavor in general. This also represents messages that are intuitive type of messages, so not spoken messages. Pisces, what I'm feeling energetically is that you're actually being given a lot of guidance from your own guides about how to heal some of this stuff, this Emperor energy, as well as this energy that's off to the side here. You're being given lots of insight and guidance around how to do that, so be sure that you pay attention to that. The other thing that I'm getting, honestly, and this would be just for some of you probably, but I think for some of you, there's something that you used to do, there's something that used to be a big part of your life that felt very creative and that brought you a lot of joy, that brought you a lot of peace, and it was actually something that allowed you to, like while you were doing it, whatever it was, it actually allowed you to work through some of this heavier energy, work through some of the things that you know you need to work through, and that's something that's fallen by the wayside. And I feel like for those of you that resonates with, you're being called to re-embrace that energy, to reconnect into whatever that creative endeavor was that you did. Bring that back into your life, because you're being called to do that. It's your form of meditation, it's your form of therapy. So if that resonates with you and you have sort of lost track of that, whatever that creative thing was, bring that back into your life. Even if it's just bring it back as a hobby, bring it back as something that you do once a week or once a month. Just bring it back in, reconnect to it, because that's very important for some of you. Okay, I do want to take a look here just at this King of Pentacles. I want to see what we can find out around it. Oh, wow. A bunch of cards flew out around this, so I think this will probably bring us to the end here. You have the Knight of Wands, which has come out reversed. Very interesting, because this card can represent a passion project, which I think is very related to this Page of Cups. The other thing that I get here is really, Pisces, work on making sure that your energy and your focus isn't all over the place. There might be some delays or some frustrations in this process, which again, I think it's you falling back into this energy over here. Just be mindful of those. If you do hit a road bump, if there are obstacles that come into your path, just focus on what it is you're trying to build. Focus on, reminding yourself that you do have the strength to build the life that you want. Okay. Six of Pentacles here coming out reversed. This is about, this can be one-sided situations. So this can be something where you're giving more than you're getting back. It can also represent the need to deal with unpaid debts, which is one of the things I think this King of Pentacles, I think I do get some energy around that you're really working on clearing debt, clearing some financial issues that have popped up for you. Just going to move these over. Yeah, just know that, if you are in a situation where you have some financial difficulties, or you have debts that you need to pay off, or in a situation where maybe you invested in something or someone and you didn't get the return back from that, just know that it will work out in your favor. I do feel that. But again, you're going to have to make sure that you're not letting yourself get sidetracked and you're not getting in your own way of creating that. You have the Page of Wands here, which has come out reversed. This is actually really good too. I'm loving your reading, Pisces. The Page of Wands can represent a place where you're redirecting your own energies. You're taking a look at places where you have beliefs, either about yourself or about your worth. It goes back to what I was talking about, that imposter syndrome. This card represents a place where you're dealing with those self-limiting beliefs. It also does represent, for me, a place where someone is either entering onto a spiritual path or they're reconnecting with their spirituality. The Hierophant here has come out as the final card. Again, this is all about spirituality, religion, big, focus on you personally connecting in to whatever that is for you, whether it's spirituality or religion. It can also represent working with or finding someone who becomes a spiritual guide or a spiritual teacher for you. I do feel for some of you that is one of the things that actually leads you to being able to heal this stuff and finally move on from it and let it go. So Pisces, I feel really awesome for you guys in terms of the first week of December. This is actually a lot of energy, but I do feel that most of you, this is going to resonate for you because, like I said, you're starting to move into it. And once you move into this energy, things start to go pretty quickly. You start to realize that you have more control over your life than you realize. And because of that, you start to turn things around and you start to really focus on the good that you want to bring into your life, the happiness, the abundance that you want to create in your life. And that actually really kicks things off because once you get into that spot where you're realizing, wait, I can create an amazing life, I can heal these things, I can work through this stuff, I can let these things go, the universe is able to work really quickly. With this, the universe works fast when I'm having fun. That's the card that makes me know that you're actually going to be able to clear this really rapidly once you get into that energy, once you're in the right spot for it. Okay? So Pisces, I hope you enjoyed this reading. Again, I'm keeping these relatively short. I don't want you guys spending hours and hours of your life listening to me during December, so I'm going to try to keep the weeklies fairly short for you guys. But I think this is a good, this is a solid reading for that first week. Let me know what you think. If you loved the reading, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. I love hearing from you guys in the comments. I do try to respond as much as possible. But when I release 12 videos all at once, it is a little bit challenging to get in there and respond to everyone, but I do read every single comment still. I'm able at this point to read every comment that's left. So I do read them all. I try to give them a thumbs up as I'm reading them just to let you know that I did read them. Pisces, I love you guys. I'll see you for the second week of December reading. And definitely, have fun with this. Try to make this not feel heavy. Try to enjoy it. Try to realize that you can have fun creating a really amazing life for yourself. All right, I'll see you guys soon. Bye.